guardians, angels, and spirit beings. You know, you are a spiritual being having a human experience. And so today we're asking an important question. Is your person thinking about you? And we're going to let this deck, this is one of my very favorite decks. It is the Gilded Tarot. Here's the box. And those of you who are familiar, you know this deck. The art is spectacular. And I want to be able to answer questions quickly. Who's on your mind? Are they still thinking about you? In order to get your reading today, all you need to do is tell me your favorite place on earth. And that's easy. All of us have places that we visited. Sometimes it's our very own home. Sometimes it's a place where we grew up. But somebody who wants a reading today, if that's you, all you need to do is tell me a favorite place on earth. And I'm happy to draw that card because aren't we curious? If you think of someone you haven't seen for a while, aren't you curious if they think about you? All right, let me light up the Palo Santo. It's a little shy today, and whenever my Palo Santo is shy about being on fire, it shows me that the people that are here are a little guarded, that there's a little ouch in your energy. There we go. Hi, Green Aventurine, welcome. We are allowing our hurt feelings to raise into the heavenlies on this smoke because hurt feelings get in our way when we're trying to manifest. So if you're wondering, is your person thinking about you? Just add something. Lilith has given us a perfect start off. Thank you, my darling Lilith. Lilith is a regular contributor here to the channel, and I'm so grateful for her presence. And so her favorite place on earth is by a northern lake surrounded by trees. Now, Lilith sent me some personal photos from when she got to be there in person, and I was jealous of her that place was so available for her. So Lilith, you are the first on the hit parade today. And let me get myself comfortable. I'm ready for some magic. I'm so excited to see what the cards have for us. Is your person thinking about you? Let's take a look. Hi, Magnificent Success. Welcome. Grateful that you're here. Green Adventuring. When Green Adventuring and I met, it was just a few weeks ago, Gigi, and she and I do collaborative readings here on my channel, and she comes once a month, and we split our screen, and we've been having a ball. We've been doing mostly love readings. It seems to be what everybody's hungry for, but please watch. You want to subscribe for sure because you want to be informed when Green Adventuring and I go live together. Okay, so first we have Lilith. And Lilith, you know what? This card on the bottom of the deck got my attention. So we are going to use this card for you. So think of somebody who is not in your current energy, somebody you're wondering, gosh, does that person think of me? And let's get started. Lilith. All right, so yes, your person definitely thinks of you. Not only that, but this person wants to have a fresh start. And as I look at this animal down here at the bottom, it looks like a weasel or maybe a mink, but there's this long-bodied animal that's here. And so when you look at that energy, it may speak to you. This person may be long and lean, and they may be a busy person, but definitely the signal is a huge yes. Now, when you do think of your person, as you wonder, because a lot of times somebody will pop into your mind, isn't that true? Somebody you haven't heard from for a long time, and all of a sudden you think of them. And when I was younger, I always used to wonder, does that mean they're thinking of me too? When they pop in my mind, are we connected? Yes, to me that is the signal that I can trust that that person is in my life, in my mind for a reason. So for you, Miss Lilith, what I would do in your journal today is write a letter to this person on your mind. Say what you want to say. Allow yourself to speak into the energy that's connecting you. Now, I do see that this looks like a face to me back here. And this is going to sound weird, Lilith, but I feel like I always need to say what I see. This looks like an alien. So I don't know what your belief systems are. Can you see where I see the alien? So I don't know what your belief systems are, or perhaps this person had a belief system that incorporated the curiosity about life in the universe. But I feel like there's a connection there for you. So definitely, oh, those you guys, if you ever hear me say something in a reading and you're thinking, whoa, that really resonated with me, be sure to reach out, because I want to hear and I want to be able to shape my future readings on what it is that really resonates with you. Okay, so Lilith, interesting card for you to start today. And next we have, let me move forward here. Magnificent Success, Kedarnath. Kedarnath. Now, you guys, yesterday we did favorite foods, and y'all were laughing at me because I could barely pronounce the different foods. I didn't realize it would be challenging, but for those of you who know this place as well as magnificent, let's just use that as the energy in this reading. So, Miss Magnificent, who is it that you wonder? Are they thinking about you? It doesn't have to be a he or a she. Gender doesn't matter. It just matters that you have someone and you're wondering, are they still thinking about you? Okay, so let's take a peek for my beautiful, magnificent Success. Don't you guys love her name? Everybody, let's hit a thumbs up if you love her name, because I do. It makes me smile every time I see it. So Magnificent. Okay, so this is a sign that the person on your mind is not thinking about you. Now, don't let that concern you. Many times, the person that you're most fixated on is on a walk where they have to figure out their own life. In order for them to be in a life-giving connection with you, you're going to need to accept that they have turned away right now. If they are supposed to be back in your life, the universe will make it happen. And when that happens, you want to be prepared. So as you adjust your belief systems, allow this person the freedom to turn away from what they thought was love and to go into the light. Let's just put this down here so I can use my pointer. Isn't this beautiful? This is called a Lemurian crystal. Can you see how it sparkles in different colors? Isn't it wonderful? At any rate, what I notice is that the sparkle on this wand is a match to this sunrise that's coming. So we have that moon and we have the big shadow at the moon. So your person that you're thinking of, they are confused, but they want an answer. They're turning away from the mess in the past and they're walking forward. Are you going to be part of their future? We don't know. But what I believe for you, Magnificent, is you do want someone who is committed to personal growth, that you want someone who wants the best for themselves and they want to connect to the divine. Your best partnerships are going to be with people that know that having divine energy flowing within their life is going to make them the highest version of themselves. Okay? So don't be afraid to let this person go right now. They have some work to do. So you can see by this first couple cards that not everything is a yes, right? Because the person you're wondering about definitely has energy around you, and they may, oh gosh, you guys, there's an absolutely beautiful, huge black butterfly with blue or yellow on the, and I've never seen that butterfly out of my window before. It's gorgeous. So magnificent. What I'm seeing is that there's such a transformation happening with your person. Do your best to release them to their highest good. All right. Now, if you guys would love to have a reading, all you have to do is to tell me your favorite place on earth, and I am going to pull a card for you. Okay. Let's go forward here and see. Oh, I'm so grateful. Lilith is just saying that she has a friend, and that the friend has had some issues, and that card is definitely an adventure for her to consider a new way. Okay, excellent. All right, thank you so much, you guys, for helping me, my wonderful moderators. Hi, Amanda. Welcome. Amanda, I would love to read a card for you. You just need to tell me your favorite place on earth. It's real easy today. You want to have a reading? Tell us your favorite place on earth. Anshika, thank you, universe, for guiding me through angel numbers. Don't you love angel numbers? I do too. The number 7 is being repeated right now. There's 27 people here, and there are 7 thumbs up. So chances are, Anshika, if you Google the spiritual meaning of 7, you will receive a very special message. So I never know how many people are in the queue. It's not what I'm doing. What I'm doing is I'm going straight through my wonderful viewers. Whoever tells me of your favorite place on earth. And so I appreciate plain white sheets. Your favorite place on earth is with your person. I get that. And I really enjoy that. But where would that be? A favorite place on earth would be a city, a village, a country, or a place. Whether or not your person is with you, you are being asked to tell your favorite geographical location on earth. Aren't I picky, you guys? Picky, picky, picky. Okay, let's see here. Who else has a favorite place on earth? Amanda, I know that you have a favorite place on earth. Let me know what it is. Roads. And Shika, that's fantastic. Hi, Lady A. Welcome. So roads are definitely places, and that really makes me smile ear to ear, because there's nothing like a road trip, right? And roads connect one place to another. So fantastic. When you're focused on something that's your favorite, that doesn't have to connect with your person. This is about you. What's your favorite thing? That aligns you for a deep truth. Alrighty? So Anshika, now hold your person in your mind. Who is it that you're thinking about and you're wondering, are they thinking about me? Let's take a look. For Anshika. All right, the High Priestess. All right. So at this point, your person is deep in self-reflection. Your person has been going through a time when they were bending over backwards. They were serving everybody else's needs before their own. They lost focus on what it is they really want. So in this position right now, Anshika, your person is doing some necessary self-reflection. See this green glow that's in that portal? I believe that you, in their life, you are in this green glow, that they do have regard for you, respect for you, and there is even a sense of missing you. But they're turned away from that right now because they need to figure out how they can stop bending over backwards. And because when you are uncomfortable taking care of somebody else before you take care of yourself, it's not very attractive. It can make the person feel insincere, because you cannot care for every human that comes into your life. It's not possible. And so your friend or your person needs to come into balance. They need to speak up for themselves, and they need to learn how to care for others at the same level that they care for themselves. So right now, my headset just fell out, sorry. Right now, if you're thinking too much about this person yourself, Anshika, if you're feeling a need or a yearning for this person, it's not helpful. So, what I always love to tell people is get involved volunteering. You know, what in your village, where is it that you can put your loving attention so there's somebody else to think about besides your person? Pray for them and then let it go. Let them do the work that they need to work. Okay? So, Supriya, beautiful. Where's your favorite place on earth? And Amanda loves beaches. Hello, so do I. So, as you enjoy beaches, just let your mind think about that. I mean, who of us doesn't have a mental picture of a beach? So, let's all take a second. Imagine those waves. See it in your imagination. Imagine your toes in the surf. And Amanda, let's pull a card for your person. Are they thinking about you? Let's see. Okay. All right. So this Five of Pentacles energy, it looks good, doesn't it? Look at how the figure on the bottom left, look at that hug. See the hug? And it's green, which is the heart chakra. So at first glance, this looks positive. It's like, oh, yes, my person, they miss me. My person is thinking about me. However, what's missing is the divine energy that will keep you together with the person. The Five of Pentacles, are you I always hate to say this because I don't want anybody to get upset, but the Five of Pentacles is a sign of poor me syndrome. Okay, PMS. I kind of invented that phrase for myself, poor me syndrome, because your person, unfortunately, sees themselves as a victim. And when they get connected to another human, it's too clingy. If you asked this child, do you want to be hugged like this? Or would you rather run and play? This child says, could you let go of me? I'm feeling a bit smothered. I'm feeling a bit squeezed. All right. So there's something in the energy of your person, and you've known this, Amanda, that neediness, maybe a little codependency. But what's needed to bring this together is to have both people heavenly minded, both people aware that they are spiritual beings, and you can never depend on another human to be for you what only the divine could be. So, what this is saying is that indeed, your person's thinking of you, but they have not had a change in mindset. Their clinginess and their neediness makes this an unworkable situation. What do you guys need to do? Both of you need to turn to the light. Whatever it is in your being that the divine wants for you, there's plenty of work to do there. Right now, I'm doing some work on the inner child, and I put in the community right here in my channel. Go to the community tab and just scroll through there, because I've found some wonderful affirmations and meditations about the inner child. Instead of clinging to your person, learn how to love yourself. All right. There's lots of green here, my dear Amanda. There's great love for you here. But without a strong spiritual anchorage, you're going to keep attracting people who need you too much. All right. Now that brings me to, I want to invite you, if Amanda, I have a community on WhatsApp. It's growing by leaps and bounds. I'm going to be starting my tapping club, where I'm going to offer tapping at no charge, because I want for you guys to see how easy it is to cross out of painful memories and enter into more spiritual freedom. If you're interested, please email me at tarotinfo, please, at gmail.com, and I'll tell you all about my community. Okay, Amanda, sometimes it's not easy to get a message like that because you would probably rather hear me say that your person is thinking about you with nothing but love and gratitude, but right now it's too difficult for them to do that. So Supriya loves the beach, and so Supriya, you are next, and then Oratile, my mother's house. Oh, there's a sweet energy, isn't there, about your mother's house. So everyone, let's just take that in for a minute. That's definitely a place that's here on the earth, and it can be a source of strength even when you're not living there anymore because of your precious memories. So, Supriya, you are next. So, let's draw you a card. Think of your person. Are they thinking of you? I can't wait to see. Okay, and we have the Queen of Wands. All right, let me take a look at this. Isn't the art gorgeous on these cards? Okay, let me see what strikes me. Oh, what strikes me is like we have these storm clouds. See the storm clouds on this side? And that is on the side of her head. And then over here, we have fire and passion. So your person, they're very strong, aren't they? Very strong personality, Supriya. Isn't that the truth? And part of the conflict between you has been kind of a battle of minds, that you guys have different ideas. You're both strong minded, and right now I'm seeing stubbornness. This one or both of you is being stubborn. I do think they are thinking of you, but they're in the middle because they're aware of the past and of leaving stormy times. So your person may be in a recent breakup from someone else, or they may be simply trying to stand separate from their family of origin, and they're trying to step into their divine plan for their life. The Queen of Wands is a very powerful energy, but it can also cause a lot of conflict in a couple when both people want to be the boss. All right. So your person is trying to work it out. Yes, they are thinking of you, but when they do think of you, they don't know what to do right now. They don't want to give up, but they also know that there's something between the dark and the light that is dividing you. This person may make some choices that you don't agree with, and yet they tend to be lucky and things tend to work out for them. But you wish that they were more focused on spirit, that they were more grounded in the divine. If we humans forget and we think that we are the creators by ourselves, it will lead nothing to us that's positive. The best way to think of your person, Supriya, is imagine them as if they had a cord. Like, let's say, you know how a lamp has a cord? Imagine your person plugged into the universe. Okay, so Supriya, today, just take in your mind that person you're wondering about. And instead of obsessing about them, picture in your mind that they're plugged into a plug that says divine energy. Because as your person becomes more balanced spiritually, they're going to be a better partner for you. Okay. And you guys, you know what? These people we're talking about today, they may be your sister, your brother. They could be your mom or your dad. They could be your boss, because there's lots of humans that come in and out of our mind during the day. If it's not a lover, take a look. Who else in your life thinks that you're a little stubborn? All right. The cards don't mince words. The cards are the cards, and they will come out and give the message that is there. So if it doesn't seem to resonate, don't worry about it. One of the later cards may fit you better. Okay. So let's move on. And we have Oratile. Oratile loves her mother's house. And that makes me say, aw. Whenever I say aw, I put my hand on my heart and I just send love, because how blessed you are to have that memory with your mother's house. Okay. So we are going to go with Oratail next, and then plain white sheets. Thank you so much. That is such a delicious, that makes me want to go look up that little town on Google so that I can see it. And that's a connection. That's a real life connection for me. And it makes me feel like I'm sitting at a little market in Georgetown, Penang. Imagine if you were walking in that market and there was a little table all set up just like this, and you could walk up and talk to me in person. In our imaginations, that can happen. So Oratil, you're next, and then we have plain white sheets. And I love that name, plain. Okay, so Oratil, loving being a favorite in her mother's house. Okay, so the person that you're thinking about, Oratil, yes, they definitely are thinking about you, and they're thinking about you with love. Anyone else who feels drawn to this energy, there is a real promise here. If you're wanting a fresh start in love, do you ever wonder, how do I do that? How do I make a connection that lasts when I have seen heartbreak and I've seen blessings? What will help me? This Ace of Cups is based on the Holy Grail, which in the tradition of Jesus's life, after the Last Supper, there was a cup that was shared with all of the friends, and it was called the Holy Grail, and it disappeared, and many adventurers were trying to find it in the centuries after Jesus was here. Now, what we're seeing here, if we allow this eyeball to be the divine, so being under the eye of the divine. So as you look at this, Oratil, remember that as the person comes toward you physically, because right now they are thinking of you, so as they make their plan to come to you, if they are divinely guided, you will feel the lightness in their personality. If you feel darkness, fear, doubt, anger, or insecurity, that's your own intuition saying, just let it be for now. Don't obsess about your person. Know that they have a call on their life to look for their own holy grail. They can't depend on you to be everything. You guys know I love Abraham Hicks, right? Well, Abraham has a wonderful quote, and they say, nobody wants to be somebody's everything. If you have a human who thinks you're everything, you will feel smothered. Have you ever heard of micromanaging? We're not supposed to be micromanaging a human. Each of us is supposed to seek the divine inside. So your person is doing this work. So don't be impatient. Pray for them. One of my favorite ways to pray is to imagine yourself right behind your person, whispering in their ear, I'm here for you when you're ready for me. I'm here for you when you're ready for me. You don't say that out loud. No. You're trusting your own divine connection. And then, Aratil, what can you do to grow your spiritual confidence? Coming to these readings is a wonderful first start as you mature in your own belief that your inner guidance is here for you whenever you need it. Okay? Good news for Oratil. Her person is doing some personal growth, and they do think of them with love. So plain white sheets, Georgetown, Penang. Loving that. And let's draw a card for you. And Amanda, any beach in Spain? Oh, hello. I would love to. I actually got to go to Spain, and Marbella, I think was the name of the little town. It was such a wonderful experience. I got to see the Rock of Gibraltar out there. Very, very cool. So anyway, let's take a look here. We are now at our dear friend Plain White Sheets. If you would like a reading, I'm here for you. All you need to do is put into the stream your favorite place on earth, and I will read a card for you. Okay, so let's take a peek here, and we are at Plain White Sheets. Okay, so Your person, there's definitely a very good chance that your person does think of you, but it seems right now that they are very busy trying to get something straightened out in their own life. See how their back is turned? They have some choices to make around. I'm thinking that it could be their career, or it could be school, or it could be they may be thinking about moving out of the country. They may be thinking about taking a path that will take them away from you. So I feel like when I look at this, it almost looks like it two things. This could be lightning, or it could be the sun coming from behind a cloud. But I sense that their life has complications in it, plain white sheets. And with your name being plain white sheets, that you're a person who values simplicity. You're a person who values kind of a Zen lifestyle and a simple path. So your person is complicated. The green on their garment shows me that their heart chakra is important, that they need to figure out where and what love is. And also look at the purple sleeve. The purple sleeve on the arm where the walking stick. So your person is definitely on a spiritual journey. They are needing to find what is right for them. Their caring for you could be holding them back. So in a way, my dear plain white sheets, I think the divine is calling you to trust your person to do what's right for them. Sometimes when we have to say goodbye to a dear friend or allow something to end, it is heartbreaking. But my mind, look it up here. Can you see the lavender in the sky? This person needs to get there. In order to be a good partner, a good friend, they need to find their spiritual heart. Perhaps they've just gone through a major loss and it's hurting them. Perhaps they've made choices in their life that felt good, but ended up hurting them. They are turning their back on their old way of doing things. What I would do, plain white sheets, is just go ahead and write a letter to them. You don't need to send it, but write a letter to them and express your love and support. I know it's not easy, but write in there, I'm willing to let go of you for now so that you find what God wants for you. I'm willing to let go of you now so that you find peace. Because if they return to you, you want them to be at their best version of themselves, right? Now, in the description box, there are a few tools that I suggest that will help you with this. There's one called the Soulmate Generator, and there's another called the Worry Cure. Either one of those will be helpful for you, my dear, okay? Thank you so much for being here with us. Some of these messages aren't easy, but they're so necessary because two half people don't make a whole anything. Can I say that again? Two half people don't make a whole anything. And you're a half a person if you're not aware of just how strong and powerful your inner being is and guiding you to the right place to live, the right relationships, and the right profession. So Anna, I don't recognize your name, Anna. Are you new here? Welcome to all y'all. Now, right now I have 44 people watching and 14 thumbs up. So what that means is the number 4 might be very important for you, Anna, and all the rest of you. So take a peek, just Google spiritual meaning of 4, and I believe that you will be blessed. And Lady A, you're next. And oh dear, you mentioned the Caribbean islands. Oh my, I get goosebumps when I think about the Caribbean islands. So let's go to Anna, Twin Falls. Twin Falls is a beautiful area, beautiful city. I've never visited there, but just the name of it. Okay, so I never know where these directions, what direction the readings will go. So Miss Anna, Twin Falls makes me think of waterfalls, and water is the symbol of spirit. If you're under a waterfall and the water is streaming down over your head, over your body, just imagine right now that your grief your sadness, your doubt and insecurities are all washing away. Imagine yourself sitting under the most perfectly temperature waterfall. And as that water goes down over your body, allow yourself to wash away any disappointments or heartbreaks. That's before we draw you a card. Okay, Miss Anna? Those of you who want to have a reading, I would love to pull a card for you. All you need to do is tell me your favorite place on earth. That's all it takes. All right, so Anna, the Hermit. All right, is your person thinking about you? So this card shows someone, again, there's kind of a theme that's happening through a lot of these cards where the people you're wondering about are actually on what I call an inner vision quest. Are y'all familiar with that term, vision quest, where people go into a hardship or into an environment that's a challenge in order to find what it is that they truly want. So, your person, Anna, they are in that place. It's a narrow path. Can you see that? It's a narrow path. And it also has a little bit of risk because this is a cliff that falls off. So, this hermit has turned back. The hermit is not going forward, and there's an end to this journey. The hermit is, there's an energy around your person that's turning around and wonders about you. So, Anna, yes, this person that you're asking me about, they are wondering about you. Now, this could be, okay, I just got a message today that blew me out of the water. It was a random tarot card, and this is what it said. It said something like, there's someone, a mother or grandmotherly figure, who's trying to get your attention. It's the letter J is important, and you may see a light flickering. They want you to know they love you. Well, you guys get this. My mom passed away in 2012. Her name starts with J. It was Joan, and a lamp in my house last week started to flicker terribly. So much so, I unplugged it because it scared me. And with that message that my own mom was thinking about me, it blew me away. So right now, that energy comes back to me, and I'm wondering, is there somebody who's passed away, a grandfather, that you dearly loved, Anna? Is that part of this energy? I'm wondering, because this figure, the figure that is wanting to understand, they're carrying the lantern, which has a star captured. As the star has been captured in this lantern, guiding your person to healing. An energy from the other side may be here to comfort you and to say, don't be afraid to let this person do the work they're doing. Because in order for them to be a complete and fulfilled human, they need to learn how to speak their truth in a way that doesn't hurt other people. But if they neglect to speak their truth, they can't be a good partner to anyone. So it looks to me that your person is on a mission to improve themselves. Now, does that include you? We don't know. I have a sense it does, because the figure has stopped midway through their journey to just peek back, and their goal is that you would feel at ease. I do sense the energy of the family of origin here with this red belt around the figure. So maybe that means that they're trying to come to grips with their family of origin. Maybe they feel bound, or they feel stuck or too tight. And part of speaking their truth might be to loosen up that belt and realize they can honor their family of origin as well as walk forward into a new truth. Okay, Anna? Any questions on any of these readings, please email me. I am creating an online community. It's free of charge. It's on WhatsApp, Fish Out of Water and Friends, and you guys are welcome to email me and let me know you're interested in it, and I will get right back to you, okay? Lady A, next. Favorite place on earth is anywhere there is water, especially the Caribbean. the Caribbean islands, there are magical blue-green water and white sand. You are so right. I've been lucky enough to be at several Caribbean islands. I've been blessed. Do you guys know part of my story is that a stranger to me back in, I think it was 2016, somebody I did not know sent me on a cruise. I'm not kidding. Out of the blue, this man his mother was 70, and I'm 71 now, but she was 70. She had never been on a cruise, and this man asked me, Catherine, would you mind going on a cruise of the Caribbean islands? Now, y'all know I've been studying manifesting for over 20 years, but that particular manifestation was shocking to me. Shocking. And guess what? They called me the next year and they asked again, would you be willing to take my mom on a second cruise? And I said yes. So I've gotten to explore the Caribbean at no cost to myself. I can't explain why and how that happened. I just can tell you that it did. So, my dear Lady A, I hope that that story was a blessing for you. And let's see what the card has. Think of the person you're wondering. Are they still thinking about you? Are you on their mind? And we have Justice. All right, let's take a look here. Okay, this is very cool. The thing that I'm noticing first is these blazing streams of light that come together at the sun. The sun is considered the happiest card in the tarot deck by lots of readers because it signifies that great hope and the signs of new life. Lately, I've been getting up at dawn before the sun comes up to walk my dogs. Today, I slept in a little bit. But when you're awake and the sun rises, it's a beautiful thing. And I think about ancient cultures, people that did not have clocks. They just operated through the night and day that was organic. That when it was pitch black, if you notice when it's pitch black night, there's a long time of just about light, right? That the light comes well before you see the sun, right? The light comes way before you actually see the sun. So what I'm seeing here is that your friend is really dealing with some things that have been highly challenging. Could be through the legal system, but I'm noticing a couple of things that are important. Look at these cups. Now, this is the same design as our Holy Grail. Remember, we had the Holy Grail a few cards ago. And these cups of love and spiritual guidance are important to your person. They're going through something that you can't really help them with. But you can trust that as the divine is guiding you, and as the divine is guiding them, that if you just allow the time it takes for the sun to come back out, you're going to see and feel hope as you're waiting. Who am I talking to? Oh, Lady A. Sorry, I just had to look up. I'm just excited to see this energy. The blind, how Justice is blind. So what that shows us is that there are things here you're not supposed to know about. There are things going on, Lady A. It's really none of your business. And so if you have like nagging thoughts, if you're obsessing about your situation, that's something that you can use tapping about. You could use meditation. You could use yoga. Even a good long walk outside where you just make a point of noticing everything that's abundant, right? The leaves, the trees, the flowers, the birds, I don't care what it is. The power of gratitude will change everything. There's a process going on here that you cannot speed up. It takes a long time between the dawn and when the sun actually shows up. So I would, if I were you, I would go into the resource box and look for the tool called the Worry Cure. The Worry Cure will give you the tools you need to detach from this process and to let your person do the work they need to do. Okay? Any questions, if that doesn't make sense to you, or if you want to reach out to me and say, holy moly, that was exactly what's going on for me, do me the blessing of emailing me and letting me know. Oh, by the way, I always forget. If y'all want a private reading, right here. That's how you do it. How to order a reading is on this website, manifestfaster.com. And it's just my pleasure to pull cards for people who want more information. All right. So moving on here, let's see who's next. Fairy doll. Seaside, the seaside again, all of the people that love to be next to love to be next to the ocean. Do you know, have you ever heard about ions? I'm not a scientist or anything, but they say that when you're near water, the ions in the air around you, the energy around water is simply different than the energy that's in a city or in the middle of the country. So remember, if your inner being is telling you that you love water, get there. There's got to be a pond. There could be a puddle. On my channel, I did a little tiny video about raindrops in a puddle. That's in the shorts somewhere. Because when you walk by a puddle, fairy doll, okay, when you walk by a puddle in a sunny day, look at the sky that you see in the puddle, right? Any body of water can bless you if you let it. Big message today, because some of us, we don't live near the ocean. I mean, I think I'm like 7 or 8 hour drive from the ocean or from the Gulf of Mexico. So perhaps I could drive there even in just one day, but I don't want to pretend that the ocean is the only source for feeling good. Okay, so fairy doll. Anybody else that loves the ocean, flash that 100, see that little 100 over there when you press the heart, and then 100 will come up. Tap that 100 if you love the beach too. And also let's have Fairy Doll be our ambassador and carry the energy of, is this person thinking about you? Let's take a look, Fairy Doll. Oh my goodness. You know what? I wanted to have this card come up today. I was wondering if it would, because there is a lot of interesting energy around your question. So here's what I'm sensing, that you are the person here in the foreground, that you are thinking about your person night and day. In fact, it's interrupting your sleep. You have been so concerned, is this person thinking about me, that today is not the first time you're asking that question, is it, Fairy Doll? So anybody who's listening right now, if you have been obsessing about your person and you can't even sleep, maybe you think that you made such a mistake, you said the wrong thing, they're mad at you, they left you, they ghosted you, they put you into no contact, and you feel like you're locked away from them and you're losing sleep. All right, if this is you, you need to take a breath and let that shit go. There is nothing good that comes from obsessing over someone who's not reaching out to you. Let's look at our little owl. See the little owl? The owl is wisdom. So this person is behind a wall. Your person has set up a safety zone for themselves. For whatever reason, they felt a little bit smothered, a little bit like you need them too much, that they're not enough, because you have so many needs that are actually, they're only meant to come from God. Now, did you guys hear me say earlier on in the reading that Abraham Hicks, one of my heroes, gazillions of YouTubes, highly recommend them, but they say no one wants to be someone's everything. No human is designed to be source. Source is source. And so this person that you love, they don't know how to tell you that. They don't have the skill. They may be kind of a geeky person. Maybe they're a computer guy or a techie girl. Something in this energy, they are putting down a fence because they don't feel they can be enough for you. So the cure is really to find the light. So notice she's just got her head down. She's up in the middle of the night again, not being able to sleep. But look at the color of the blanket. It's purple. She needs to go to her divine beliefs. If it's true that Source loves you more than any human could, that's what your person wants you to know. Because once you allow Source to help you disconnect, you'll lose some of the needy energy. This is another card that shows me there's some PMS here, which is poor me syndrome. I always kind of regret having to say that because people don't want to think that they're poor me, but you're feeling that if they don't contact you, your life is incomplete. But Source would say, I'm right here. I'm right here. Go this way. Follow your heart into healing. Don't allow yourself to lose time trying to force something that's not working. Set this person free. The wisdom you're looking for is connected to Source. Okay? You think it's the person, but it's really not, because you have some maturing to do. You need to have light come into your mind, see the light into the mind, and change your focus. There's a reason they put that fence up, and that's what you need to investigate. If you're curious and you want to dive deeper, I have a free community. It's called Fish Out of Water and Friends. I'm happy to invite you in because every day I put private little readings in there and private comments for my members because we are coming together to connect to Source. And we believe that the closer we are to Source, the more delicious our life gets. It's really pretty simple. Okay, so it's kind of a painful lesson for you today, my dear fairy doll, but I do hope that you feel encouraged, okay? You're very welcome here. Amanda, oh, I love that. Thank you for sharing. Yes, sometimes it can seem like you are being loving. And Amanda, I bet you can resonate with the message for Fairy Doll, right? You guys are not here alone, not at all. If what you think is loving is strangling them, you need to know. Now, earlier in the reading, I told you how I believe that my own mom came through somebody else's YouTube channel. That's pretty amazing. And I will try to put a timestamp on that story so you can hear it. But my mom was trying to be loving, and it was like smothering me. She had a real hard time letting me be an adult. So I'm 71 now, but when I was in my 30s and 40s, it was very difficult because my decisions seemed to hurt her feelings. But I could not stop being Catherine to meet her needs. So it's important that if it's not easy, if it's not a fun, easy connection, that's worth investigating. Okay, so let's go forward here. I'm so glad that you appreciate the truth, Amanda. The cards are the cards. I let them tell the story. And sometimes when I have to talk about poor me syndrome, I kind of I get a little queasy because I know that's not easy for people to hear. But believe me, once you get rid of that poor me syndrome, your sex appeal and your charisma, whew, it just takes off because it's how sexy is poor me. Ew, right? Okay, Mystic Christina, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. Miss Christina and I just barely met each other just a few short weeks ago, and our connection is proof that Source is bringing people together to help us. Isn't that true, Mystic Christina? Love, magnificent success. I'm so glad you're still here. Jake, Marie, welcome. I'm delighted to see so many of you. Jazz, welcome. If you would like a reading, tell me your favorite place on the earth, and I would be delighted to speak to you. Jake Marie, I'm sorry that you're feeling a little bit on under the weather. Let's everybody send Jake a heart, okay? Everybody tap that heart. Let's throw up a bunch of hearts and send healing blessings. And also my moderator, Rashika, she's not feeling very well today. So let's just throw in our hearts for healing, alrighty? Sophia, Crete, my favorite place on earth. You know what? I recently started using the Mediterranean diet, which is very interesting. And Crete is known as the healthiest place on the planet. That when it comes to longevity and people enjoying their life late in age, Crete is on top of the list, Sophia. So let's just join in that delicious healing, life-sustaining energy from the island of Crete. So Sophia, take the person in your mind, and remember, you guys, it doesn't have to be a boyfriend or girlfriend. It could be a family member. It could be a good friend of yours. But there's someone that comes to your mind. Is it you obsessing, or are they really thinking about you? Let's take a peek. Miss Sophia, I can feel myself needing a sip of tea, so I'm going to make you wait for just a second. Yummy. I just started drinking green tea also, kind of on a health kick. Okay, so let's see. Oh, Miss Sophia, this is an excellent card. Let me take a look at it. Okay, very first thing, you guys, these readings have been 100% in a theme. It wouldn't hurt at all to just put the speed on double. You know, if you know how to change the settings, you can make me talk really fast, but you can look back and see the theme that I'm going to talk about has been true here for almost every person. Because what do we notice? Open hands, right? Open hands. And I am sensing in some of your questions this, where it's like a clinging. It's like, I must have this. If I don't have this, my life is terrible. I'm feeling that energy, but all of the cards have been the opposite. Release, let go, trust the light. Now, I will tell you, Sophia, that if the Ace of Wands comes up in a reading about love, we love to see it because it's our fire, it's our energy releasing something brand new into being. Okay, so there is a heavy duty call on you, Sophia, to allow something to be released. There is something coming your way. Is it this person? Is it the person that you're thinking of? Or is it someone new? I'm not sure. Let me look even more deeply. What I'm aware of is this portal. Okay, this is a portal, even though it could be a planet, but I'm seeing it as a portal, which is a passageway into the future. So something's telling me that in your energy, Sophia, that the person that you, maybe you're an ex of yours or someone that it did break up, that they do think of you, but they're grateful for what you had, that they're releasing you completely to a new situation, all right? This shows really the best kind of love, the love of putting somebody else first, where they're allowing themselves to release you to a better fit. Let's look down here. We have our stormy clouds, but we have this bolt of lightning. See the bolt of lightning? The bolt of lightning almost, it made the door open. So I feel like the person on your mind is realizing what you all had was good, but there's something better coming. I love this ring. I don't know, perhaps you have a nose ring, or somebody here on the channel is watching right now. Perhaps there's a nose ring involved here, but there is a fresh start, and it's huge. Anything that you used to believe when it comes to love, anything that you, maybe this was a childhood connection, maybe this is somebody you had a crush on, but this person, maybe lately, like the last week or two, they may have dreamed of you, or there was something that reminded them of you, and when they think of you, they are really finished. They're able to free. Look how relaxed these fingers are. They're letting go. So if they're letting go, you let go too. Be grateful and thank God for bringing that person to you, but trust God to bring you something even better. There was a reason that you broke up, and in manifesting, the easiest way to know what you do want is to go through experiences of what you don't want. Write down a list. Miss Sophia, grab a piece of paper. You know I'm always saying grab a piece of paper. Grab a piece of paper and write down the worst of your relationships so far. I don't want you to focus on negative any more than you need to, but can you see all the clouds that are on this side of the picture? And there's none over here. So let yourself see the things that happened that didn't work. Let yourself notice the disappointments. Use the soulmate generator. It's right in the description box. It will help you because this is time. It's a beautiful time. We're coming into the last part of the year. And between now and 2025, can you believe that's coming? Between now and 2025, prepare yourself. You match your person's energy. Learn to detach and let go. I can tell you guys, I lived in Baja, Mexico for 4 years, nearly almost 4 years, and I loved it so much that even today, my heart still breaks a little bit. If I let myself have poor me syndrome, I will fall down a hole. I'll think of my friends. I'll think of my ability to see the ocean every single day. I'll be sad that I don't get to see any more ocean sunsets, right? But I don't allow it. When that dang poor me syndrome attaches itself to me, I practice letting go on the regular because we're just human. And of course, we like the things in our past, okay? So moving forward here, I still have time for a few more readings. If you're wanting me to draw you a card, I would love to do it. Just tell me, what's your favorite place on earth? And that's what I'm watching for. Jazz. My favorite place on earth is very bizarre. Oh, but my favorite place is a cemetery. I worked at the pet cemetery, Jazz. I was the chief grief officer at the pet cemetery. And get this, one of the people that came into my office one day, the person comes in and says, you know, I have a weird request. Do you mind if I tell you about it? And I said, absolutely not. Go ahead. He says, I want to propose to my girlfriend at the pet cemetery. Don't you love that, Jazz? And I said, I checked with our owner, and he said, well, I don't care what they do as long as they're respectful. But it was the coolest thing. And I get it. I mean, I loved working there. I planned funerals for the little pets, and I had a grief group that I called the Hug Club, the San Diego Hug Club, because I didn't want to call it a grief group. And one of my favorite gravestones out there, we did burials and cremations. And my favorite little headstone was to Little Red. He never knew he was a chicken. And I just loved that. And that somebody would have a funeral and have a gravesite for a pet chicken, and Little Red, I don't know what he thought he was. Maybe he thought he was a dog. But I love that your favorite place on earth is a cemetery. Okay. So let us just draw a card for Jazz. Thank you, Jazz. You made my day. I do, you know what? I only worked at the pet cemetery for about 18 months. It was a hard job, of course, because of the amount of pain that people are in. And whether it was a dwarf hamster that they wanted to have cremated, or the ones that tugged my heart were the big burly truck drivers that would come in all tatted up with a huge chest and very manly, weeping as they carried their beloved dog in for their last ceremony. And so it changed me a lot, but I didn't want to work there for any longer than about 1.5 years. So Jess, I hope you guys don't mind when I dash into my personal stories. I just kind of can't resist. All right, so this is very interesting. This 5 of Swords. Let's take a look. I definitely get the cemetery feel on this card, Jazz. I wonder if you do too. Because these figures are in grief, and this figure is claiming victory. So it seems to me, Jazz, that the person you're thinking of has a very dramatic life going on for themselves, don't they? They have gotten themselves mixed up in some things they shouldn't be mixed up in. They've stepped in some, I'm going to just say a rude word, so I apologize for that, but they've stepped in some shit, haven't they? And they have to get themselves out of it. They have to somehow extricate or remove themselves from their own circumstances. There's so much conflict going into the decisions that your person made in the past. And they may feel grief because they've hurt people in the past. Maybe you are one of them. But I really love the life that's coming into this beautiful painting because we can see the shadows. We can see the storms that maybe that your person felt guided, that even though things were a mess, there was some sort of inner guidance or intuition that has been with them all along, but you may not understand. You may look at their behavior and think, what are they doing? But the dawn is coming, all right? We see the beautiful sunrise coming up, and look at how it's lighting up half of the person's face. This person has to decide how many swords they need. Could they use all 5 of these swords in a battle? No, they have to lay some down. So your person is in a process of renewal. They're in a process of accountability. I wonder if this person could be incarcerated, or there may be somebody here watching that your person is incarcerated, but the part of their life that's been a mess is not your mess. Let me say that again. The part of your person's life that's a mess is not your mess, but they do have some work to do. Source is guiding them. And even though some of their choices you thought, what? This makes no sense to me. That's because we all have what I call a divine blueprint. We do have a divine plan that came with us when we were born. But unfortunately, some of us were raised in families where it's like we were raised by wolves. There was not a lot of collaboration. There was not a lot of teamwork. Instead, there was a lot of chaos. And so if this is true of your person, they do need to do some work around their family of origin. Notice the red, but they're coming out of their situation. So right now, your person does think of you. I feel like they have a lot of regret. I feel like they don't know how to make up to you what happened. And right now, it's so important that they keep doing their work. Allow it. So as you're thinking of your person, just say prayers like, you know what, no matter what you're going through, I'm here for you. No matter what you're going through, I want you to accomplish it. No matter what you're going through, I know you will be drawn to the right people to help you. Because I have a sensation that it's not you right now. They need to turn around, stop looking in your direction, and go towards the light. Okay? Hoping that, and also I can't help but notice these 3 birds here. So I feel like there's signs, like your person's getting signs. You, Jazz, you may find some feathers today and tomorrow. If you find feathers, claim them as confirmation that there are helpers coming forward towards your person to help them, guide them to what it is that's best. Okay? Excellent, 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 Jazz. Also, questions, comments, if these readings resonate, email me. I would love to invite you to join my private community on WhatsApp. We're having a lot of fun over there, and I would love to have you be part of it. If you hear this voice speaking these truths to you, something about my voice draws you, write to me. I want to create a really juicy team of manifestors who are getting what they want. And of course, allowing the cards to guide us. So I'm going forward and looking to see what it is that, who is thankful for. Okay, Jake. Jake also, and then we have Shanice. Okay, so Jake, I love that you're also resonating with cemeteries, and here I am, a grief specialist, right? What are the odds of that? So I will tell you, we're starting our tapping club. If you have never tried tapping, it's a wonderful, soothing self practice. It doesn't cost anything to, once you learn how, you don't have to buy anything. It works. And I'm going to be teaching it, and there will be no charge for these sessions that I'm going to do. They're going to be in my live group. So if any of you are struggling with grief or struggling to let go of someone who has passed, please email me. We'll get you into our program right away. So, Jake, I'm sorry that you're not feeling that great today. And doesn't it seem when we're not feeling very well physically that we can really start to miss our person, whoever it is that we think is our salvation or think is going to solve our emotional issues? All right, so let's see, Jake. You're thinking of your person, and let's see. All right. Is your person a chef? Right away, I see the chef clothes and I see this green. I feel like your person is someone who really understands the magic of service. That your person, it's easy for them to connect with people, that they have a lot of charisma. They like to lift that cup to share and to be in community. And I think with you, I think you have a quieter energy, that you're not very extroverted, and that you do enjoy time to yourself. So I think that with the person you are, that's in your mind right now, I can't help but look way here at the top. There's a little animal there. Yes. Have you ever seen the movie Ratatouille? Jake, Marie, it might be a good idea for you to rent or just find that movie Ratatouille. I feel like there's a message there for you, okay? And anyone else, normally when I get a movie in my mind and I say it or a song, it's always a good idea to go watch it because there's a message in that movie for somebody who's on this call. So please follow that up, okay? But it seems that there's an energetic mismatch between you. This is a person, oh, part of it might be, Jake, that your person that you're thinking about, that they give so much to the community or they're very generous, but not to you. And maybe you felt like they took advantage of you a little bit. But it's hard to be upset with your person, isn't it? Because they're so kind and they really understand how to connect with people. They know how to bring energy to themselves, and yet you feel left out. So, what's going on there? I think your person is definitely sending you a message. Your person is thinking of you. When they raise the cup, you know, when you raise the cup, I could raise my teacup here and take a sip. When they say salute or they say cheers, the tradition is you look the person in the eye who says salute to you or cheers, and you wish them well. So I feel like your person is kind of releasing you. I hope that that's not hurtful for you to hear that message, Jake Marie. But there's a person who's been trying to get you a message that you guys will both be better off going your separate ways. But this is not a painful energy. It's not coming from any kind of wanting to make you feel guilty or wanting you to feel less than. I feel the message for you from this dear person is that you would learn that you are enough, that you are enough all by yourself, that they enjoyed the connection with you, but right now they're busy in doing other things. See this beautiful blue window? This blue window shows me light coming through, and the blue is the color of the throat chakra. Notice the bars on the window. There's been some difficulty of this person to speak their truth to you. They don't want to hurt your feelings. They are clothed in love. But your lives are going in two different directions right now. You are needing to do some inner growth and to really do some letting go and understand why this didn't work out. You I've got energy stuck in my throat, in the top of my chest. That's always my sign that somebody is having a hard time speaking their truth. So, my dear Jake Marie, look at this person as the best friend you ever had. Grab a glass, fill it with water. Will you do this for me today, Jake Marie? And do a cheers to this person's spirit. Come into agreement that as good friends, yes, you may have some connection in the future, but right now, the biggest gift you can give this dear one is to let them live their life. Let them be gregarious. Let them do their career. Let them be free. And then you, what's your Nine of Cups in life? What is it you love to do? Are you a painter, a musician? Do you like to cook? What's something that you can dive into and become even better at? Find the loving connection that you're needing in a group of people who are all creating the same thing. This will help you get the balanced view you need, because remember, no human is designed to be source. That's the big news of this particular reading. When I pulled you in, you saw the thing that said, is he still thinking about me? The purpose is to help you realize that your person cannot be your source. You need to find source on your own, okay? Thank you for being here again. Write to me if you're curious about my community, if you have questions, if you'd like a full reading. Sometimes you just want a proper reading. This is how you contact me. It'll explain exactly how to get a 45-minute video reading from me with all of the attention on you. Did you get that? Manifestfaster.com. Okay, 24 people here, 24 thumbs up. Somebody, 24 is an important number. Look up the angel meaning of 24. Okay, Shanice, the forest is my favorite place on earth. Shanice, did you see my little walk in my forest today? I made a short. The dogs chose to go into my fairy garden, and I put a little video, and it says, wish you were here. So Shanice, do check that out, would you? Okay, Shanice, hold your person in your mind. And let's see, are they thinking about you? What does it mean? Thank you guys for being here. I'm Catherine. This is Fish Out of Water Tarot, and I am so delighted to pull cards to help inspire and direct you, because we all want a little more love. Isn't that the truth? Thank you for hitting the thumbs up and making yourself a subscriber. And today, to play the game, all you need to do is tell me your favorite place on earth, and I'm going to do just as many readings as I can squeeze in here. So we have Shanice, favorite places in the forest. And look what we have. We have a figure in the forest. How perfect. So, the Knight of Wands. So, Shanice, this is kind of a good news, bad news situation for you, my friend. Have you been here before, Shanice, or is this the first time? But the Knight of Wands energy is the player energy. All right. This is a fiery, sexual, charismatic figure. Often they are they're friends with benefits people. They don't have an intrinsic value in being a happily ever after couple. Now, me personally, I have no problem with that. Casual sex can work for people, and I would never criticize it. But what I tell the guys is just be honest, right? Just be honest. Tell them that I'm not in this forever. It's not what I want. I'm not looking to be married. I'm looking for fun. And then you say, well, why would I tell that to a girl? Well, or a guy? Because it's honest. And there are people that match that energy. There are times in life when creating a relationship is not in anyone's good. The people are not ready for it. But when you can find a partner that you can enjoy physically and you can shake hands and be friends, it can be quite fulfilling. Me personally, when I was going through my divorce, I met a man quite a bit younger than me, and we had a great time. We really enjoyed each other's company. Neither one of us were ready to go into it for any kind of permanent connection, and we both knew that, and it was great. it made me feel beautiful again because my ex was not making me feel so beautiful. So I really don't care. But for you, Shanice, this person, they're wearing a mask, right? Their helmet is down. They're very protected, and I feel like they're pausing. They're pausing in the woods here in the forest, and they're looking in your direction to remind you, you know what? We both knew what this was. We both knew this was not going to last. And my friend that I had the friend with benefits relationship with, I asked him, I said, how does this work? How do you do this? And he said, the minute that one of us gets feelings, it has to end. And I was surprised to hear him say that. But there was one time we went through several months without seeing one another. And then I understood exactly what he meant, because he was starting to develop feelings for me and he needed a timeout. Well, when we got back together again, it was so hot, I melted. But the point is, though, not to tell you more than you need to know, but this person is looking back. So, Shanice, is this true for you? Did you have a friend with benefits that you hoped would be more and it's not? Let's look at these beautiful purple blossoms up there. That's the divine. It's hard to believe that the divine would be okay with a friend with benefits, particularly if you were raised in a religious home, because that goes completely against tradition. In my tradition, as a Catholic girl, you did not sleep with anyone till you got married. In fact, did you guys ever know that Catholics can have a special code? I'm 71, so you guys know I've been around a while. But when I got married, I was a virgin with an asterisk. You know, a little star. So yes, I was a virgin with an asterisk. That means that you married the guy that you had sex with the first time. So technically I was a virgin because I married the guy I had sex with, the first guy I had sex with. So even back then we were trying to make the program work for us. But it's often your family. Notice all the red. So when you were together with this person, it was rebellious and it was pulling you away from your family values. This was an important relationship for you. You needed it at the time, but this figure today is turning back because he's on his way to flirt with someone else, and he's turning back and saying, remember, we knew this was going to happen. We knew it wasn't permanent. So what I would do if I were you, Shanice, is I would just create a little fire ceremony. Just take a piece of paper and write a letter. Write a letter in gratitude for the fun that you had and forgiveness for whatever you feel you want to ask forgiveness for, and then release them, and then just burn it. I had a friend whose husband is a firefighter, and she said, I don't want to burn it. I said, well, shred it, tear it up, but allow yourself to let go of this past love, because players are not meant to be permanent partners. They're just not. The only example I can think of that I know of is Warren Beatty. Warren Beatty is Shirley MacLaine's brother, total player. For the whole first part of his life, he had tons of partners. But when he met Annette Bening, and they've been married 25 years or more, when he met Annette, it was done. He fell so deeply in love with her, he never cheated again. Okay, and now in pop culture, if you know, J-Lo is divorcing Ben Affleck, right? And that's a mess, right? That's a mess. They should have not gotten married. They were definitely filled with this playful friend with benefits energy, and now the divorce is so messy, right? We need the wisdom to be able to know, is this a friend with benefits or a happily ever after? Okay, so who is next? Oopsie, let me go down here where I can see. I love the animal shelters. The animal shelters are great places to volunteer because you can feel so much love there, and it's so innocent, right? So Artil, you are sure welcome. And Joe is here. Plain white sheets. Thank you for acknowledging the accuracy. I call myself the one card wonder because I can get more out of one card than anyone. I'm almost thinking I should change my channel name to One Card Wonder Tarot. But imagine if you wanted a full reading, how much information you would get from a whole 45-minute recording just for you. That you can take care of right there. If you don't want to do that, do me the honor of joining my online community, Fish Out of Water and Friends. Just email me and I'll tell you how. So Malta, what a beauty, the Wall of Valletta, the Wall of Valletta on the island of Malta. That's so cool. I love that, Joe. It makes me want to look and Google and look at it. If I have a moderator present, would you please write that down for me and send me a note? Because I definitely want to look at some of these places and experience them with you. So, Joe, hold a person in your mind that you're wondering about. Are they still thinking about you? And let's pull our card. Oopsie. Oh, well, see how that card kicked out? I'm just going to choose that one instead because I do really pay attention to when the cards seem to make a request like that. So, Joe, this is your card. Very nice. I'm glad this card came out for you, Joe. Let's take a look at it. The King of Cups. Okay. So, Joe, you know what? Your person has great love for you. The stars and the moon. Now, this is Saturn, and Saturn is a planet that calls people into deep self-reflection. There's something called the Saturn return, and I'm not an astrologer. I know just enough to be dangerous, but I do know that there's 2 times in a person's life. I think it's around 28, 29, and I think it's like 58 or 59. Maybe someone can help me with that. But there's 2 times when Saturn returns to the position it was when the person was born. And normally life goes into huge upheaval during that time. Now, if you don't believe in astrology, it doesn't matter. But just to be able to acknowledge that at certain times of people's lives, stuff happens that is personal to them. And you cannot do the battle for your person. It's just not possible. Perhaps somebody passes away in their family. Perhaps someone has some sort of an accident or people move to a different country. Something happens that really shakes up a person's life. Now, when those things happen, it can make everything complicated, very, very complicated. So this person that we're looking at, I'm sensing that they're going through some kind of major transition in their life right now. And when you do think of them, you have like hero worship, where you deeply admire this person. This could be a family person. Doesn't have to be a boyfriend, girlfriend, lover. It could be a sibling. But this energy is around someone who really understands both sides of love. The soft side of love, the cuddle on the couch, big hug kind of love, and also the kind of love that is restrained, the kind of love that is controlled. I look at this blue ribbon that is crossing the chest. It's important for someone who is maybe a bit more emotionally mature than the other to restrain themselves and not tell everything, because sometimes people have to learn things on their own. The mastery of the King of Cups energy is that, yes, they know how to speak lovingly, they know how to inspire and encourage, but they also know that sometimes it's important to hold back what they want to say in order to create peace. So the figure is stepping forward today to tell you that there is something going on that you're not aware of with your person. There's a lot of change, and the person is really needing to focus on what's going on in their life. Remember, no human was born to be the source to anyone. And with a personality like this, I have a feeling that people look to this person for too much. They're too needful of their guidance. And that's fine until the person is swamped by their own life circumstances. And they may be holding back. They may not be telling you the full story right now because their guidance is telling them to restrain telling their story. All right. This is a, I'm just sensing this could be somebody who's passed away. This could be a guardian from the other side who's stepping forward here, and maybe that's part of the ache in your heart, that you may not be feeling the exact sensation anymore in the same way. But the energy that's coming forward for you is to just be able to restrain and to hold back sometimes when you're needing to, when you need to say something, okay, Joe? Because you may be more mature than your person, but the fact is that you may carry this energy and you cannot keep being their source, that you need to pull back. Okay, so again, if something you have a question or you want to pop into my world, please email me and I will let you know how to grab a spot in my community where you can ask me any questions that you want. Okay. Okay, Santorini. Oh, health world. For the longest time, I've wanted to go to Santorini. When I see those pictures of the white buildings and the blue roofs, my heart is overjoyed. So let's do a card for you, health world. Have you been to Santorini? If you are, I'm jealous. But even to see a picture of Santorini, it's so life-giving, isn't it? It's just your screen name, Health World, really encourages me because it is healthy to use our imagination to visit places. You can easily Google Santorini and press the images, and you'll be flooded with images of Santorini. It only takes a second of your imagination to connect there. So I love that we share that. And let's take a look at the message. So, with your person, my dear health world, what we're seeing here is that it's that there's resting going on, and I have to laugh because this is my final card for today's reading, and I was going to say that earlier because I'm really trying to stick to about 90 minutes for these readings. But this card for you, my dear health world, is the importance of self-care. Now, so your person may see you as a bit of a worker bee, a bit of a workaholic maybe, that when your person thinks of you, all they want for you is to just put everything down for a minute. Okay, they may feel disconnected from you because you're so busy helping everybody else that they feel left out. And they may be trying their best to deal with your busyness. Okay, so they may feel cut off, like they don't want to offend you, but they don't know what to do. Notice that they hung up three of their swords, but look at how their one hand is right down here, because this idea of what you're creating. You are a creator and you're creating something very important and meaningful. But the gap that they're feeling from you is causing them some pain. And so this red support system, I think your person has very good support from their family of origin, but it also may limit them a little bit because if they try to live out what their family wants for them, and it's not enough, and they may feel like there's a wall that's separating them from what it is they're really wanting. So what I would do is I would really, this week especially, but this is Tuesday, so between now and the next Tuesday, see if you can meditate every single day for like 5 to 10 minutes, sitting in a chair with your eyes closed. You don't have to pay attention to what you're thinking. You don't have to watch your breathing, but just allow yourself presence when you're awake with your eyes closed. What ideas will visit your mind? Don't try to change the ideas, just simply experience them. because I believe that your person has been wanting to tell you this. Look at that blue flag. They're like, health world, you're working too hard. Health world, you're missing out on some parts of your life because you're so focused on one thing. And they would love to have a little bit of the attention that you're putting towards this project, whatever that is. Okay, health world? They do care for you. They just don't know how to connect. So they're laying down their sword because they're like, okay, there's nothing else I can figure out how to do. I'm going to turn to source. Now, it's important that your person knows you are not their source. And it's important that your clients or your projects, they're not your source anyway. Where is the source on this card? Where I'm seeing it is in the glimmer of these swords. It's light. The swords are the suit of your thoughts. So there's some internal adjusting that you need to do, health world. Not only taking care of the health of yourself and your community, but your own inner light. What can you do to polish up your connection to the divine? So there we are, my dear, dear friends. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will be back tomorrow morning, approximately the same time, opening up the cards for a new topic. And I'm so grateful for all the time you spend here, for the things you're doing to grow my channel and to help me connect with more people than ever. So bless your hearts. I'm sending you out with love and light. Go forth and prosper, and I will see you tomorrow. There's abundant love for you here, my dear friends.